Night School was a disappointment. I don't expect to be impressed by every movie I see. I'd like to think I go in with rational expectations, which more or less means I have none. Normally. So, when I went to see Night School yesterday in a panic that I had forgotten to make a video, I expected one thing, a movie with jokes throughout. Something I didn't think was very, extreme to think. Especially for a Kevin Hart movie. But again, that was the disappointment. A comedy movie should have jokes, even if they're bad. Like, goddamn, if you don't have jokes, what even is it? It's just a shit drama film half the time, and as you all should know at this point, I think comedy movies have bad plots. So, if you remove the jokes, you're left with a movie that is worth on a Lifetime original movie about a woman falling in love with a boy she knew one summer. It's shit. And for most of its runtime, Night School didn't have them. I don't know how Kevin Hart did it. I've never seen the man not make jokes, but he somehow pulls it off in Night School. The runtime for Night School is an hour and a half long, and with a nearly 2-hour total runtime, I hope it's clear how much of this movie I felt was good. If not, let me walk you through it. The first 20-30 minutes are exposition. Useless exposition mostly. After this, the funny part starts, and then it ends about 30 minutes later. And then we get an hour or so of draining, monotonous drama with some jokes here or there. I genuinely enjoyed about 30 minutes of this movie. 10 of those minutes were when they introduced the study group. I thought it was a funny and well-written scene and actually set up a lot of fun things over the next 10 minutes. Then again, I really like Community, so I'm probably a bit biased there. But then something weird happened with the movie. All the quirks the characters had just fucking disappeared. It was astonishing. One character, for instance, he saw the movie Terminator, he said, and that made him woke. That made him real woke. So he's all anti-robot, anti-AI, anti-tech, anti-dildo. Around the same point, all the other quirks disappear. This motherfucker starts using an Apple iPad. Now, obviously what happened here is Apple told Kevin Hart, hey, use these iPads. It will make you so rich you can make yourself 6 foot. So they said fuck it and just had everyone use them in practically every scene past the halfway point in the movie. I don't normally complain about product placements because let's face it, I live off that stuff and so do they. Just kidding, nobody wants to sponsor me. I just draw the line at them valuing it more than the substance of their movie, more than aspects of their characters that are, well, I mean, that was his entire character. After that, he was basically just there was no value to him. I don't even know if he actually had any other lines. Another one of the characters breaks his body. He breaks his back and his arm, but the very next scene we see him in, he's fucking injury free. I have no rationale behind that. I'm assuming maybe they filmed the scene separate. I don't know. Night School feels like an actual Night School when you watch it. You're tired and bored while watching it, and once it's over, you're just wondering, now what the fuck should you do? It's by far not the worst movie I've seen this year. It did have jokes a fair bit throughout the first half, like I said, but they just evaporated into the second hour. I didn't find many of them funny, and the ones I did felt more like comedy sketches. Hell, everything I liked in this movie felt like a strung together set of sketches, but it's a movie. It's not SNL. It's judged on the sum of all its parts. So, some of it being good doesn't balance out the part of it that was so boring it made me look up lobotomy prices again. Overall, Night School isn't notable. The story is there, but not memorable in the slightest, and I'm recording this just a couple of hours after I saw it. I'd have much preferred the movie if it was just a collection of sketches without trying to connect the overarching quote-unquote plot. I recommend Night School if you like Kevin Hart. I recommend Night School if you like 5-minute scenes built around Kevin Hart's pubic hair on cheesecake. I recommend Night School if comedy movies like this, with some okay jokes, a light tone, fine acting, and a good presentation style, are what you like. Tag was better though. I give Night School a 5. It's worse than average, but it's fine, I guess. It's not special, it's not exactly insulting, it's just, it exists. Which I think while watching Night School you'll be acutely aware of. That you're just fucking existing. By the way, if you like this video, I'm sorry it's so short, by the way, but if you did like it and you like my other stuff and you're interested in more of a deeper insight into what I have to say, for only $1 on my Patreon, you can get access to this and many of the other scripts from my videos for you to read, which include cut segments and notes that don't exactly work well in a video format. You can head on over there, and I've already got a couple up, and I'll be uploading a whole bunch throughout October as I go through my archive for them, and as I get closer to the more recent ones or ones that I felt like I had things to, I'll be adding all that stuff, and I may be updating them throughout. So anyway, it's $1. It really helps me out, and there are plenty of other tiers above. If you'd like to donate a little bit more, you will be rewarded for doing so. Obviously, none of this is required, but any bit helps greatly, so thank you a lot if you do choose to do that. The link is in the description below. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Night School if you saw it, and what you'd like to see me review or talk about next. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this in the future, and make sure to hit the bell icon to be notified when my latest content is out. And if you'd like to support and represent the channel, go check out my merch store. The link is in the description below. I've just launched a new line of fall winter designs, loads of them, and lots of shirt styles to choose from. And if you go there now or over the next 48 hours and use code NIGHT, that's N1GHT, you'll get free shipping on all US orders. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. A huge thank you to Patreon supporters Anonymous and Matt Porter. I really appreciate it. I'm an idiot